everybody. Happy Sunday from a very Los Angeles and Tennessee. Welcome back to the Illuminerdi Wrestling Order. I am Jay, and I am with Pumps, and it's just the two of us. Say, we can make it if we try, but we might get a Nate. We might get a Nate tonight, but we're gonna
get a run in.
He might poke his. I didn't watch it, but everyone else did self in here a little bit. But we're games, of course. We're gonna talk some AW, some E. We're gonna talk whatever randomness pops the next hour. But without further ado, my man Pumps, what's going on, sir?
Well, it was a pretty good week until the end of War Games, and I watched the Keith Lee 24. Got pretty hot about that.
Well, hey, you know what? Let's kick it off right there. We are going to have a Pumps rant moment. Let's just start it off with that. Give it to us. Break it like, under the collar.
It's like the Family Guy segment where he's like, you know what grinds my gears? Yeah, this is where we're at. I was interested to watch this documentary because I don't know a lot about Keith Lee pre-PWG, so like 2016-ish, right? So they're doing their thing, that who he's trained by, the typical format of the WWE 24. And then they get to like 2020, and then they did a whole blurb about how the world was changing. And then Lee said, I'm thankful for WWE giving me the platform to put Black Lives Matter on my gear. And that's just like, I can't get over that, just because it's so disgusting from this company that they've brainwashed these people to believe that they're the good guys in this situation. And I have a small list of just what I could think of since 9:45-ish. So they glorify rapists, pedophiles. Let's see. They donated $1 million to the RNC in Florida to keep their business essential, so they didn't have to shut down during a global pandemic. Amidst a record profit year, they've laid off countless employees, which they didn't have to do. Let's see. Oh, they profit off Saudi blood money. They don't let Sami Zayn talk about his good work in Syria because of said Saudi blood money. What else? Oh, yes. All the people that were named in Speaking Out that just kind of went away and then came back to a huge push. Matt Riddle, and tonight, Austin Theory. Let's see. The racist and Proud Boys that you see every week on their TV.
Hulk Hogan.
I mean, this was just this year I was really rattling off. But yeah, the Hogan stuff where he went away for like 4 years and then it's fine.
Yeah, put him back.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. It's just it really just bothered me, and it's like I'm not even like libtard snowflake guy, like that's not my thing, but I can appreciate everyone's views on most causes. Like, I feel like Black Lives Matter is a pretty good cause to get behind. It's a pretty obvious one. Like, yeah, this is an issue. We should probably fix it. But to do it coming from this company, and then they want a pat on the back for it, whew, buddy. It's just
WWE must assume they are first, and they must make sure they are heard above, beyond, and not to mention stifling people's abilities to make money.
Yeah, I mean, gaming the system as far as independent contractors, which TikTok on that, can't wait. 46 days, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but that's just what I came up with in like 20 minutes. So,
yeah,
it's the only reason I didn't go off and swear is because, hi, Mom. She's.
Hi, Mama.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. That just triggered me for some reason. I'm not the guy that usually gets triggered off stuff like that. It's usually trivial stuff like shitty women's wrestling, but That one got to me.
We're gonna talk about that too. But I mean, he's probably. I'm not super familiar with Keith Lee like you
Yeah,
like old stuff, but he could have been okay with just saying, "I'm very happy to be here and getting a regular paycheck," and that would have been sufficient.
yeah. But they made it a whole thing, and I'm just like, mm.
Yeah,
But
right
it's
after.
on NXT, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, we won't tell anybody. I don't think we'll tell anybody. But that is a good segue into tonight's pay per view, the NXT War Games telecast. Man, let's just start with the women. I think that's as good a place as any to start
Absolutely.
with. The women, I feel like all of the professional women's talent in the world has been gathered up by NXT because these women are superior to any brand, whether it be within WWE to AEW to any other wrestling brand. I thought these women were going to kill each other tonight. It was phenomenal. Io Shirai, okay,
She's
let's just
nuts.
she is really let's just start with her. I watched this woman jump off of a platform in a trash can, in a metal trash can, on some Shane McMahon type shit. Jumped off and landed on top of the women, perfect spot. And then I watched someone else land on her and crunch her up into the trash can. Do you know how much anxiety that gave me? I'm not even a claustrophobe like that. I got so much anxiety seeing her crunched up in that trash can. I almost lost my mind. What
I
do you
was
think
just I was just scared she was gonna get sliced to death because like those trash cans are, I believe they're either aluminum or tin, and like when they bend, they get sharp pointy edges like quick.
Mm-hmm.
So when Dakota Kai just started ripping that off of her, I'm like, oh god.
Easy, easy.
Yeah.
What you know what they could have done? I mean, I'm glad it worked out and she didn't get sliced up and diced up, but they should have rolled her around in it to kind of like make the shape come back to like.
Yeah, at least put her on her side. Yeah.
Oh my God. Ember Moon is doing her thing, her signature onto a chair. I mean, there was just some wild stuff happening in that women's match. That match was incredible. That
Yeah.
was incredible.
And did Ember start it? I think she did. Ember Moon started it, right?
Probably
Her and Dakota Kai, because they ended up going like 60 minutes and they took some crazy bumps.
the whole
So
match.
I mean, kudos to them because yeah, they definitely earned their paychecks.
Okay, so we know what is going right with NXT with the women's division. How was it that Hunter or whomever recruited this class, this women's class, was able to find this talent and no one else has been able to? And I don't hear a whole lot of grumbling from the women in NXT. You don't see too much in the rags about the women not liking what they have going. Why is it that they're doing it right and no one else can get it right?
I don't. I think that they've just tapped the international markets better than anyone else.
Mhm.
Like the real, as far as just like straight up American stars, I want to say Ember Moon and Candice LeRae is really it. I mean, Rhea Ripley's from what? New Zealand.
Mhm.
Dakota Kai's from I don't know. She sounds Australian. I don't know. Don't at me. Io Shirai is obviously Japanese. Yeah, I mean,
They got these
mm,
ladies together and it is phenomenal. And they've been able to move women out of NXT up to the main roster, and NXT is still the superior brand.
yeah,
Out of the people who've come up out of NXT recently who went to the main roster, the best ones, of course, are Shayna Baszler, and of the recent class, Shayna Baszler and Bianca Belair. Asuka's been up there. Asuka doesn't count anymore because she's been on the main brands for a while now. But man,
I think it's the PC. It's got to be because the AEW women have talent. They have ability. They don't get to hone it 7 days a week. They don't have a PC. Like, yeah, they can go to QT Marshall's gym in Georgia, but you know,
where do they do the AEW show? What city is that again?
That's in Jacksonville, Florida.
So you mean so Jacksonville, Florida. So you mean to tell me they can't have like a rental space where the women can go in week in and week out and have someone mentor them and train them and just get them performance ready?
Yes, if they were going to set up a base,
Hmm.
but they just ended up in Jacksonville. Jacksonville was never the plan. Like WWE had Orlando as the destination since day one, and
Right.
AEW didn't have that. They were doing a full touring schedule, and we're just going to do dark matches and matches for dark. That was going to be their thing. So I mean, yeah, I mean they absolutely could set up a base, but would they be willing to pay people to stay in a central location and train? I don't know.
I mean, it might be worth exploring. I mean, I know they're financially not doing what they were doing just because we don't have any audiences and things like that and all the restrictions, but it might behoove them to set something up because it doesn't look like things are going to be changing anytime soon. Just to have some type of meeting gathering place where these women can get together and shoot with each other and spot with each other and do all these things that could elevate them to the next level because ultimately it's just going to make the product better because what are they really spending their money on? They're still killing in the ratings, so that means that the network is probably getting good ad dollars. Pump some of that back into the company. I mean, beef up the merch section, beef up some things that are not dependent on a live gate.
I wonder if, since the Cons own the Jaguars, if they could use the Jaguars training facilities once the season's over.
Just leverage any of those relationships. I mean,
I mean,
hell,
they don't own Daly's place. The city owns Daly's place, but I mean, they would have to own the Jags' actual facilities. So,
they better go. Shit, Vince probably called all the people up and was like, "Don't you dare, don't you dare let them practice anywhere in here, or our business is done. I will make sure that your business is not essential." You never know. Vince is so dirty. Vince might be super duper puppet mastering and really cock blocking their ability to improve.
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, if they got the ball rolling with the essential businesses, I'm sure they could make a few phone calls.
Oh, for sure. I mean, but you know what? That time is winding down, Vince. You might want to think about retiring too in January. Clock is ticking.
He's probably got a presidential pardon in his back pocket.
Oh, man, for sure. For sure. He's gonna be fine. So let's move on to some of the other matches in the thing. Johnny Gargano reclaims the title. What do we like
Yeah,
about that? What do we like about the belt being back on Johnny Gargano?
I thought it was a decent match for what it was. Um, I guess it tied up. Well, it didn't really tie up the loose ends with the Ghostface guys, but I mean, where do you go from here? What do you do with? Is it Leon or Leo? Leon Ruff. What
Okay.
do you do with him? You know, I don't know. I mean, do you move Damian Priest up to the main roster? I don't know. You
No,
don't think?
no, no. I think that they don't need to move up any more men to the main roster right now. I think we've got more men than we need because there's so many unfinished storylines going on both rosters in terms of single competition. Like there's literally tons of men who could be into some singular storylines that aren't part of a faction and aren't part of a tag team. And see, that's kind of the weird conundrum because you've got all these talented women down in NXT, but you don't really want to break them up because that's what makes it so great that you have all these talented women. But then you look at your main roster where it's just struggling because Sasha being Sasha, and y'all know I like the bing, bing, bing for Sasha. I love Sasha, but eventually she's probably going to have like one of her meltdowns again, and she's going to want to have some time off, or be just because the style of wrestling that she does is so super duper physical, she might have an injury or something like that because she's fearless. She's fearless and she's a very petite lady. So, not wishing none of that karma on her, but it's inevitable that she's going to have some sort of an injury and she's going to need some time.
Mandalorian season 3.
Exactly. She's making that good right now. Bailey is great, but Bailey, who's going to be Bailey's foil? It's not believable to make Bianca Bailey's foil. We know that eventually they're going to try to work it into something with Bianca and Sasha, because of course the black girls have to be against each other. But it's kind of a weird. I wonder what their meetings are like. I wish somebody would BCC me on some of these emails, like in the creative department. Like, how do they all coexist together when you have one big umbrella company like that, and you've got Raw, and you've got SmackDown, you've got NXT, the European factions, that's difficult because they're overseas and restrictions and all that. So we don't have to worry about them. But just how these three coexist, they all do everything in the same building, they all know each other. You can do a crossover match here and there, but at what point do you say, hey, let's create something a little bit more cohesive? Would it benefit us to move an Io Shirai up and have her tangle with Asuka? But you can't really put anybody with Asuka because her character is so big, and I'm so happy that they let her go off in Japanese. That's what I always wanted before they, when they were trying to make her speak English, which is so awkward. And
Yeah.
it's probably even worse now because there's no live audience. But Asuka is an entity on her own. Asuka don't even really, excuse me, she doesn't even really need anyone. No. You can just hand her the mic and be like, Asuka, go off, dance a little bit and talk some shit. But then you've got Shayna. They need to do away with the tag team over her and Nia, and we're going to talk about them some more too. I ache for my poor women's divisions on two major brands, and it's crazy because they're making the most money.
Yeah.
And then you've got the NXT ladies who are putting in trash cans on top of people, nearly slicing themselves up like Benihana's. And you don't want to ruin that, but you want the women's division to be great.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. There's no easy fix once you get to the main roster, because at the end of the day there's only one voice that matters, and he doesn't get it.
Good shit.
It's good shit.
Okay, well, let's do this. I feel like we talked about this before. I'm making myself a little chart here. You've got the NXT, we'll call them their own food chain.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all know SmackDown, Raw. We know who the top of the food chain is with Sasha and Bailey. We know who the top of the food chain is with that. Who are the mid-range people who could kind of make their way?
We got a run-in.
We've got a chair. We've got a cage.
Looks like a War Games match.
Nathan,
I hear some chuckling.
Nathan. Hey. What's up, fam?
Yeah, here I am.
Right on time, buddy.
Yeah. Look at Josh giggling. I love it.
We are sitting here, I'm in mid-rant because we already did Pumps' rant about the 24 and what he didn't like about that. And I am in mid-rant about the women's division because tonight's War Games just once again made it how glaringly clear how much superior the women's division in NXT is compared to everyone. It's like them against everybody.
So it was good. I'm not going to lie, just so everybody can know, I'm doing a run-in here from my niece's 3rd birthday. I'm a little inebriated, which isn't different than any other week. Fuck you, Pumps, for rolling his eyes.
What? I'm the babyface here.
I believe when I told that to Pumps, he said, "Don't ever change, Nate." And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But here I am with a run-in. I saw you guys on the thread that said that the women's match was doing some incredible things.
Yeah.
And I assume that that's what happened.
When you get back tonight, whenever you have some time, watch that shit. Those women were off the chain tonight. Off the chain. Like, they was killing it.
That's awesome.
Like, you know what? We don't give a damn if we die tonight.
And this was the first. This was the first women's War Games.
Right out of the gate.
This was the first women's War Games, right? Ever?
No.
No. This was the second women's War Games.
Well, it might be the third because I know
It's
last
the
year.
Third women's War Games, just like I said.
Well, because last year was the heel turn, was the Dakota Kai. Oh God. She comes out in the Captain Marvel gear. Tegan Knox. Thank you. Remember? No. Okay. Crickets. It wasn't worth the build up. Anyway.
I thought.
Knees.
Neck.
She blew her third ACL this year.
Elbows, knees, necks, and toes. You know
exactly.
What I mean? Yep. Jay's loving it. All right.
It's incredible. They were incredible. That's all we're gonna say.
Was the female match better than the male match?
Hell yeah. I thought so. The strap match was kind of good.
I'd say they were pretty equal. I feel like the storytelling was better in the women's match. The men's match had spots for the sake of having spots.
Sure. I also didn't realize until I really paid attention, and when I say pay attention, I mean didn't pay attention enough to know that the match was this evening. Was that the Undisputed Era has been in the War Games every single time they've had it.
Yes.
Correct? So
in a shape, form, or fashion, yes.
Right. So are they, in essence, is NXT is the Undisputed Era in essence the NXT Four Horsemen in terms of week to week, match to match, feud to feud. Every week they just bring it. They bring it, right?
Yeah, I mean it's the best. I mean, if you're going off of the Horseman comparison, yeah, it's the four best heels in the company.
Right. It just seems,
and the best workers, the most yeah.
It seems to me like, and I like it that NXT is booking like the late 80s WCW NWA in terms of the Undisputed Era and the Four Horsemen, whatever the fuck that word is. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good shit, pal.
Right, here I am. Hi, Power Rangers.
Coors Light. Okay, so Jay, what were you saying?
I feel so goddamn square. I'm drinking turmeric tea. Every Sunday, I come with this intention that I'm going to be lit. Like, yo, I'm about to be lit for this Sunday night. And it just never happens that way. I haven't except the one time I think I had like a mimosa during the show, and you could tell that I had been.
Nobody gets higher than Nathan Van Haskell.
Where is he? I don't know where he is on the thing. So
he is to your right.
This guy.
That's that guy.
But what I was ranting about, I'm ranting about my girls, not about Sasha per se, because Sasha getting what she need. Like, I have no complaints right now.
And in terms of what she needs is just to hold on to the belt the entire time.
Right. But,
to be featured.
Sasha,
yeah.
And I feel like eventually she's going to either have a little meltdown and want to go out for a while, or because she wrestles in such a physical style, she's going to get injured. She's so petite, and she likes to jump off and meteor up everything, damn thing, and she's going to get hurt. I'm not wishing that on her, but it's going to happen. So when she leaves, you got the rest. There's a clear top of the company and the bottom of the company.
There's a very clear bottom. We know that.
Who the hell is there even that we could even try to warm in the microwave to bridge the gap between the clear bottom and the clear top?
So just ladies mid-card talent, you mean?
Yeah, who are they? Asuka's
the Iconics.
On her own. Asuka's on a class of her own. You don't want to take.
I love the Iconics. They are dark match.
But
They are not
together.
mid-card.
I like them better when they were together because separately they're just kind of eh.
Yeah.
Asuka's in a class of her own. She's so funny and interesting. She doesn't even need anybody. You could just send Asuka out there and let her talk for 10 minutes in Japanese. We don't know what the fuck she's saying, but it's highly entertaining.
Right, doesn't
The
matter.
exact same way they. Oh, excuse me. That was
Whoop. That was dangerous.
Yeah.
Gambled and won.
That burp right there might have set this entire town on fire. It's how they should have booked Shinsuke and didn't.
Where is he at? What a waste. I love
Shinsuke.
He's surfing. He doesn't give two shits.
I know, and I like it. See, that's the thing I like about Shinsuke is that
he's cashing them checks, baby.
Yes, I know, and he's okay with it, and I'm okay with it. Like I feel like Shinsuke worked super hard and then had like a year or two that were really awesome in New Japan and cashed it in for a lot of money, and the E is scared to let him go because then they're afraid that he's gonna light it up on AEW or back in New Japan, and so he's just saying fuck it and cashing 5 figures checks every 2 weeks.
I mean, he wrestled Brock in the Tokyo Dome for the belt. Like,
right?
That's probably the peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just afraid. The E is afraid. Have we talked about Sting?
No, we're strictly WWE right now. Okay. We're trying to get through that.
Okay.
But Jay, to answer your question, I would say your mid-card sort of people that you could elevate would be Baszler.
Just get her away from Nia. God damn.
I agree, but I'm saying as she sits right now, Baszler, Bianca,
and that's it. That literally that's it.
Well, I mean, if Naomi ever comes back,
Dana Brooke's terrible. Sorry.
Yeah, no, she's trash.
They're beautiful, but sorry. Dana Brooke's terrible. Carmella's terrible. Peyton is terrible. Lana, they're pulling at our heartstrings. Y'all know how I feel about Lana, but something about her starting to grow on me a little bit.
Oh no!
You turn the corner on Lana. I'm gonna love it.
Oh my god! You know what it is about Lana? It's Lana's face. She's a really cute girl. She's a beautiful woman, but it's something very childlike and sweet about her, like her face, like in the way that they're booking her right now. And she just looks so harmless and just so happy to be there. And it works. It works.
You know who was harmless and sweet and it worked? Fucking Eugene. But I didn't want to see him wrestle. I didn't want to see him wrestle. Jay, I love you, but I can't follow you down this Lana path. I'm sorry.
I need someone to talk me down. Please talk me down.
Did Lana have that same face when she was the Ravishing Russian?
No. See, that's the thing. When she was the Ravishing Russian, I felt like she was trying too hard to be like Maurice.
I thought she was a fantastic manager.
Yeah, as a ballet, she's great, but
Mike, me and Mike.
I like Maurice with all her attitude. I feel like they were trying to make her too much like Maurice. And Maurice was terrific with the Miz because they're both kind of some assholes.
Did they just break? What happened? What was that?
That was Maurice. You'd go, Mike. Yeah. All right, fuck you, Pumps.
I've never seen the Miz and Mrs. I don't watch that. I don't know.
Oh,
but I know that it's Mike.
I've never watched the show, but I know the catchphrase.
Guess what?
Really cute. They're really cute. Her mother is hilarious.
I just came from a party and I'm drunk.
See Maurice's mom be on this show than Mrs. Mysterio, because Mrs. Mysterio don't do nothing. Mrs. Mysterio always just looks like she's shocked, like, oh, we out here?
Her face looks like Grandma Mysterio.
No, Maurice's mama is goddamn hilarious. But anyway, enough about me and my rants. Let's move over to greener pastures. Let's talk some AEW.
Yes.
Well, hang on. I just real quick. Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa. It got stiff towards the end. I really didn't care about it going in, but it got good towards the end. I would skip it. Dexter Lumis and Cameron Grimes. I don't understand what Dexter Lumis is supposed to be, but he's got a good look.
Yeah, yes, we talked about that last week, right?
I don't get the gimmick.
Yeah,
I've been seeing, you know what? I saw that on Twitter a lot too. A lot of people who I follow who are wrestling folks were just like, I don't get it. Like, I just don't.
I don't get it. I think he needs a repackage or a decent
No,
story.
I feel like people want to get behind this version of him, but
Right.
I think that way they spun it with Grimes just made it corny.
Right, but you can't be a serial killer and not kill anybody.
That's big facts. That's very true.
I don't know. That's just me.
That should be a T-shirt, and it's just
pumps. I gotta work that into my day-to-day vernacular somehow. You
can't be a serial killer and not kill anybody.
I'm saying that shit to somebody this week. I don't know how or why, but I'm gonna say it to somebody.
And that's one to grow on. The more you know.
Yeah, I like it.
So we already talked. So we talked about the men's war games. It was great, as the men's war games always are. And that brings us to AEW.
AEW, Kenny Omega.
I watched that this week.
Yeah, you said you watched NXT, but yet you didn't know War Games was today.
Well, I smoke a lot of weed, Jim.
They say it 5 times during the show. Tune into War Games this Sunday.
All right, listen.
Was that when you were doing this?
Listen. Listen.
What War Game? War Game.
Samson, look, I'm sorry.
Samson Simpson. I'm from Jamaica.
All right. I legit told myself it couldn't be this weekend. We just had what was TLC was last weekend?
No. It was
never changed, Nate. Never changed. What was the last pay-per-view we just fucking talked about?
I was looking.
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series was last weekend.
No, it wasn't. It was 2 weeks ago.
All right, same difference. If I can get Josh to laugh, that's what I'm trying to do. There he is.
Full Gear was the 7th. Then I took my test on the 19th because I have my notes from that. So Survivor Series was the 23rd? Yeah.
I like that this is a legit segment on the show of trying to prove that Nate is wrong. The dates of fucking listen. I was wrong. I didn't know that was tonight. I thought it was next weekend. Guess what? It wasn't.
It's just funny for the show. It's fine.
But AEW, I watched
the show that Nate did watch.
I watched that shit. Yeah.
And?
But I don't have notes, and you do. So
the first match we had was the AEW Battle Royal, where the final 2 participants would fight this coming week for the beautiful Diamond Ring.
Right. Now hold on. Now the Diamond Ring, MJF has it from last year.
Currently, yes.
Do you have to forego said ring, or is it a second ring?
That is unclear. I would assume it's the same.
That's right. I'm coming with the fucking hard-hitting questions.
You better God damn it.
I would assume it's the same ring, because if Max does lose, then it's a whole thing of, no, I don't want to give it up. Blah, blah, blah.
Right. So. Got it. Okay. All right. So first up, we had the Battle Royal.
Yes. I think Miro finally looked amazing in AEW.
I agree.
I really, really hope that they go forward with Miro and Wardlow, because I am rock hard for that. Miro was looking like he caught me on the streets of Nashville after I caught a promo on Lana. Like, he was looking vicious, and I'm here for it. Some good spots, and then Orange Cassidy versus the Orange Man, MJF, next week for the beautiful Diamond Ring.
So we're all going to agree that much like in Rumble's past, the winner didn't necessarily have to come away with the strongest angle, correct?
No,
Because,
Max just shit healed the whole time and let his heavies do all the work.
right. That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
right. And so the following week we have him and Cassidy, correct?
Yeah, 1-on-1.
Right. And we're gonna move forward with Wardlow and Rusev. Or
I
I'm
hope.
sorry. What's his
Miro.
Miro, yes.
Miroslav Barnashev, because that
Yes.
pops Nate every time I say it.
Miroslav Barnashev.
Say it one more time.
Miroslav Barnashev.
God
Yep,
bless you.
that's the one.
She said, "God bless you." Anyway, yeah. So, I agree with Pumps. I watched that Rumble, and I agree they had to come out of it with the point of a Royal Rumble. I feel sometimes is to either further storylines or come out with new ones, and I liked where they went with with the end of this one.
There was a lot of little threads throughout this, which is good.
I agree. Okay.
Next we had I'm pretty sure that Excalibur took another shot at Cornette when he said that Jericho's music was sung by the Jacksonville Boys Choir.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think Corny picked up on it, but I'm sure Monday when people get to write in and he answers questions, I'm pretty sure it'll come up. Well, no, it'll be Tuesday because he's reviewing NXT. But anyway, let's see. Oh, Jericho and Kaz was the next match.
Jericho and who?
Frankie Kazarian.
Oh, Kaz. Okay. You say Kaz, I'm thinking Big Kaz, and I watched the fucking show.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, Big Kaz is
That's Big Cass.
I went, holy shit. Was there another thing I missed on top of the midget during the women's match, which was a Pumps booby trap, which Jay, I want you to ask him about because it wasn't fair.
Oh, we're getting there.
okay.
But anyway, so the Jericho and Kazarian match, I feel bad for Jericho because Kazarian was helping him as much as he could.
And they're borderline the same age, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Also, I need to go to whatever hair doctor Kazarian went to because his shit is luxurious now. And when he was in TNA, woof. I mean, we were balding brothers, but there's a reason I always wear a hat. I tell you what, that man has got some luscious hair now.
Okay.
So I need to get on that.
That ain't nothing but a little ultra perm.
It's ultra something. But yeah, Jericho he looks rough. He looks real rough. Yeah, I think he needs to transition into a tag role.
It's really bizarre because I think Jericho looks great when he doesn't have his shirt off. And that's probably how people also see me.
I don't know. I saw a meme where you were looking pretty good.
Yeah.
That might have been Sami Zayn though. I can't remember.
Yeah. But for real though, like I don't feel like I feel like Jericho can still really get it done. But I feel like people are sleeping on his physique. And I feel like a lot of people sleeping on his physique are not men that are in that age range that are just like, fuck, bro, to get to that physique, that's a big deal.
The physique is cool, but what's his knees and his back doing?
Right. I know. That's what I mean. It's that's what's got me at a quote unquote Cody Rhodes crossroads. Is that
I mean, if I saw him in the bar, I'd be like, yeah, you're pretty hot for your age, sir.
Yeah, right. Like you're doing your deal, right?
But to be tossing 25-year-olds around, like, ooh.
That's what I mean.
I feel like he's just gonna like buckle underneath. I fear for him that he's gonna like have some kind of a massive knee tear or something one day, and El Champion is gonna be coming to the ring in a wheelchair.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Listen. Chris Jericho is no secret. It is Pump's favorite wrestler of all time. Am I wrong?
No.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I get it. It's just, I and here's the problem is that he's wrestled without a shirt for so long that if he did put on like who was the dude from who was the Canadian dude with Destro that would get like shocked and like fucked up in Ring of Honor?
Oh, PCO.
PCO. If he just starts wrestling with a shirt, I feel like people are going to shit on him for it, and it's not fair.
He's gonna get shit on either way.
Yeah.
But listen, I think Jericho is still doing a fantastic job. I think it's going to be really wild if we get Jericho and Sting when the WWE wouldn't clear them. But that's for a future date. Yes, so we had Jericho and Kazarian, and the next match was
Well, they did the whole at the end. They're doing this whole tease of the Inner Circle maybe breaking up. Which why did you have a whole like 6-week build of MJF possibly joining the Inner Circle? I don't really understand why invest
break it up so soon. Like I feel like the whole damn brand practically was built on that.
Yeah, and why fly everybody to Vegas 3 weeks ago to shoot all this shit, and now you're gonna break? I don't know. I don't get it.
If they broke them up, would that be like the first big wowzer storyline of AEW? Like their first like huge like clutch the pearls storyline? Because maybe that.
I think Sting was that.
Well, I think Moxley coming out at Double or Nothing was the big one.
Well, here's the thing though: is breaking up the Inner Circle? Is this gonna be the NWO Red and Black versus the Black and White?
Probably.
Because that's dumb. It's
Tony Khan's a WCW mark. I don't know what to do.
It's too soon to break them because WCW's been alive for what, like 2 years?
A year and a half-ish. Yeah. 16 months.
Just like we were talking about the Undisputed Era at the top of the show. Like, why so soon? Until they really at least wait till the momentum is back going. We see what happens after the turn of the first of the year with this COVID and the restrictions. I just feel like it'd be too soon for them to break them up without an audience. Like you need like a full pop for that to go down.
Wait, did I miss something? Did the Undisputed Era break up at the end of the
No.
Okay, all right.
We were just talking about how they had been a thing for 2-3 years now.
And AEW is not even 2 years old, so why even break up the Inner Circle so soon when they're still so young?
It doesn't mean anything. You need to build those factions that they started early, like the Horsemen in the NWA, which transitioned into Crockett, which transitioned into WCW. I see Pumps shaking his head like, I know he's drunk, but he knows what he's talking about. This is my guy.
Well, the NWA wasn't its own body. The NWA was part of the NWA.
But yes, if you keep these things together for you
have to invest
a quote unquote long period of time, even if that long period of time is different now than it is back in those days, it just means more when you separate them or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they need more time.
I agree.
Man, at least another year. At least.
Next up, we had the Young Bucks getting interviewed by Marvez, and then two of AEW's newer talents came in and made some dick jokes for some reason. Wasn't really for me. Okay. And then we had the ladies match.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the ladies match, Nate?
Don't know. Didn't watch it.
Well, we had
Jay's face.
We had Britt Baker, Layla Hirsch, and I couldn't pay attention to this match because no one told me Layla Hirsch was a midget. She's 4'6". I'm sorry, but she's a little person, a very little person. Little. I was taken out of the whole match.
That's short.
That Nate.
Here's the thing: is that I kept Pumps is in Tennessee. and I'm in Los Angeles. We
Yep.
are in Los Angeles, and
Yep.
I told him, I go, hey, listen, I'm gonna watch the show at 8, and he's watching it at 5, and he sent it to the group thread, and he's like, whoop de whoop de whoop, and he sends me a text, and he says, please text me when you see the midget. And so I'm thinking, I go, I'm not watching till 8. And I go, listen, I'm thinking, because recently on Impact, they brought out Hornswoggle as a midget version of AJ Styles, which was hysterical. I don't know if did you see this, Jay?
I know Hornswoggle, and just picturing Hornswoggle with the long, luxurious hair
Yes.
is enough to amuse me.
Yeah, so the Good Brothers brought Hornswoggle out as the phenomenal half. Yes.
Yeah.
And it was hysterical. And so when Pumps told me, like, hey, I know you're going to watch this at 8, make sure you hit me up when the midget comes out, I'm figuring it's yeah, or not only that, it's just it's in a major angle. I didn't know that he was referring to one of the combatants in a match because
he thought it was going to be the Little Bucks or something.
Yeah, I thought it was going to exactly. And so I watched the whole thing, and I'm sending him text messages about the main event or whatever, and he goes, "So you didn't see the midget?" And I just went, "Bro, listen, I've seen it all." And he said, "It happened during the women's match." And I went, "I fast forwarded through that." And he said, "Busted." Like it was almost like it was like a booby trap.
Caught you, Cornette.
Yeah, exactly. That he
won on yourself.
Oh my God. As you talk about this, it takes me back to one of my favorite birthdays in 2015. Where I went to one of these shows.
Yes. Oh boy. Look at that ring.
That ring was, I think my bathroom is bigger than that.
I was say, what's that, a 12 by 12?
It was like the size of a playpen. Like it was tiny. It was the best. I'm gonna have to share these like in the group text with you guys.
Please do.
It was one of the best nights of my life. And because you are talking about this, now I must go find this match from AEW.
It'll be on there. It was a decent match. I just couldn't get into it because I was just not prepared.
So if
it was like when the legless guy was in the battle royal, I was just like, what is this?
So if said short person was 4'6", what was the girl? What was the female in the match? Like 5'5"?
Yeah, it's Britt Baker.
Oh right, yeah, that's fuck. Yeah. 6 inches, that's a lot. Especially where was the ring to like the ropes to neck ratio?
She probably was as tall as the second rope because damn cross. It's and it's smaller than the damn near the third rope in a match. And Nikki Cross is just a petite lady. She's not a midget. So man, that rope probably was like the main rope probably was here somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, she looked like she was giving a statement where they did the bar over her eyes. Yeah.
All right, moving right along.
So that was that. Next.
The opinions expressed here are not the opinions of the Illuminerdi website, social media platform, or other employees.
This is all me.
Listen, the people that really run this page love
the people. The people.
The people that really love this page are all in on the Power Rangers, and we are the stepchild. And just take it for what it is. Until Joe and Josh kick us off this page, we're doing. Look at Joe! Look at him laughing. I'm trying to follow.
One day we're gonna try to log in on our Skype link, and there's gonna be like user not found.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a wrap. It's like you guys. That's enough from you. You guys haven't talked about how much Tommy the Green Ranger was pivotal in episode 47. That's what's gonna happen.
That's right.
He probably was, because that timeline lines up. Good job, Nate.
Yeah, let's move along.
So then we had the tag team of Cody and Darby against Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks.
It was the Nightmare Family versus the Taz family.
Pretty much, yeah. Really, the story of this match was Willie Hobbs has finally covered up his C cups. Other than that, not much is happening. And then Sting comes out.
Let's talk about that.
Okay. What?
Sting comes out. Sting is let's say, I mean, it looks good. He's a little worse for the wear, but hey, did he get the pop that you expected? Was that what we were looking for? I mean, how shocking is it to see him pop up at this stage?
I mean, I knew he was making a move when Mattel canceled his toys back in March. But I'm a psychopath like that, so that's so me.
Cool. You're so cool.
No, I just follow toys, dick.
Wait, if I could just pause
what are we doing here?
I like how we have.
Oh, don't you fucking in your life show the blob that is my fucking white whale that I want.
Well, you should have been collecting legends.
Oh, that's him, Fred
2008.
Duke. That's him, Fred Duke.
This was the shittiest wave of legends ever.
I know, but I want that. Build-A-Fig.
Well, it's available. Right. It's a couple $100 now, big guy.
I don't want to pay it. All right. Anyway, here we go. So Mattel canceled his toys.
Yes, he was removed from the first batch of Then Now. I think it's the Then Now Forever flashback line.
The same line that had like Bobby Heenan in the weasel suit and whatnot.
Yeah, it was Rick Rude, Bobby Heenan, and Greg Valentine. And Sting was supposed to be the fourth one out of that line.
That's right. Jay, you're really fucking impressed right now because I just went from looking like a fucking idiot to knowing exactly what line just came out.
Or it might have been Razor Ramon.
I thank the bong. I think the bong helped.
But yes, so do we think here at the Illuminerdi Wrestling Podcast, is this because the WWE won't clear him to wrestle? Because I have to feel like his Legends deal has got to be a decent amount compared to what AEW is going to give him to get in the ring. Am I wrong or am I right?
Well, the rumor that came out this week is that he wanted to do a cinematic match with The Undertaker, and both The Undertaker and WWE were like, nah, we're good.
Wow. That's shocking.
Wow.
That's the rumor.
Based on how good the Boneyard match was?
Based on how good the Swamp Fight was. No.
Right, yeah. Well, see. Wow.
That's the rumor.
Does he have any financial trouble?
Absolutely not. Sting has saved every piece of his ring gear, every piece of his merchandise, and every one of his checks. He gets an extra $5,000 to paint his face when he shows up to a fan fest.
God damn it. I want every motherfucking Joe, I want you to listen to this right now. I know you're probably editing the fucking Power Rangers podcast, but I want you to know right now, okay, that this fucking show,
this one,
we have people, we have people on this show. And I'm not going to lie, his name rhymes with schmumps. Okay?
Break it down.
Knows that motherfuckers get X amount of dollars to show up to paint their goddamn face.
Period.
Period. That's how we roll. And I am okay with being the redheaded stepchild, the Illuminerdi YouTube family. I am okay with it. I'm okay that Josh is looking down like I'm embarrassed of these motherfuckers right now as I record their show. I don't care. I don't care that I showed up 20 minutes late for this show because I ride or die for the show. You know why? Because Pumps knows that Sting is getting more money to paint his goddamn face than some people are in the WWE. And that's just what I'm going to ride my hat on. I'm going to tip my hat on that right now. And I'm going to ask my next follow-up question to you, Jay.
I had to give you some dream music in the background. Okay, go ahead.
To you, Jay. I'm asking that next question to you, Jay.
Lob it to me, bro. Let's go.
Did you know that information before Pumps dropped it?
Hell no, I didn't know he was getting an extra 5 racks.
I'm gonna ask that question to you, Josh. Guess what? You can't even you can't even answer us on show.
Producer Josh.
You can't even answer us on show.
Producer Josh.
And I'm gonna look you dead in the face right now and go, did you know that before Pumps dropped it? He's shaking his head. He's shaking his head no. You know why? Because right here on the Illuminerdi Wrestling Order,
This show.
we have those kind of facts. We have those kind of facts.
I wish somebody would give me 5 racks to paint my face. Shit.
That's how we do. I apologize, Pumps. Continue with your AEW breakdown, sir.
Let's get it.
I was just no, yeah. I think that they'll have him do. Yes, he will get in the ring in 2021. Absolutely.
You know what? Maybe it's like just because he has so much money and he hasn't had any struggle. Maybe at this point it's just like a passion thing. You know, it's like when actors, you know, they make these weirdo indie movies when they get later in their career. You know, maybe it's something as simple as that.
He's always been on the underdog team also. He was always WCW. He was always TNA. He had, 2 matches in WWE, and that was it? Like, he didn't fit there. He really didn't.
I totally agree. Listen, I totally understand Sting jumping brands if the E wouldn't let him wrestle.
Yeah.
And Sting's always listen, if it wasn't for that buckle bomb that hit his neck that was awful, Sting would have had 2, 3, 4 more matches easily. We would have got Sting and Undertaker. I listen, had it not been for that Seth Rollins situation, I think we would have got Sting and Undertaker. But we didn't, and that's okay. And that is what it is. And now we know that Sting gets $5,000 to put fucking paint on.
At a fan fest. Now, I don't know about I don't know about what he's waking up going to get groceries for.
Of course. But we do have the situation now on social media where I'm getting in my timeline, in my feed, pictures of Jericho as the Painmaker and Sting in his face paint with the, the verses in between each other, whatever. And I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Pops? I don't want it.
No? Why not?
Because it could be, it's not worth it, because if it's bad, it'll be bad.
It'll be real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Both of them need someone. Like, I would be all in on Cody and Sting.
Sure.
I would be all in on Omega and Sting, or FTR versus Sting and Darby Allin.
You can't have 2 50-plussers versus each other. That just is what it is.
Yeah.
Everything's not going to be Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. It's just not.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. You know what? It's funny, but it's true. It just is what it is. All right, let's move on.
Well, finally, we had the main event.
Yes.
The big championship match. Omega Moxley.
They gave him a lot of minutes.
They could have given him more, but yes, they gave him 30 minutes. They hyped it up like it was going to be a 45-minute, whatever.
I'm not sure United States viewers are ready for a 45-minute.
It was a New Japan style match with a very slow build, and then once it got hot, it stayed hot.
I agree.
I mean, that's the New Japan formula.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the greatest match I've ever seen, but it served its purpose.
Yeah, I was giving it 3.5.
Yeah, it was a gentleman's 3.
Sure. There's the pumps. Gentleman 3 pumps.
Gentleman's 3
pumps.
I still can't deal with Justin Roberts. I hate him more and more every week. Yeah. And also he was named in Speaking Out, so let's not forget about that.
He's no more.
So, all right. So let's talk about the finish.
Okay.
All right.
Shenanigans at the finish from Don Callis.
Okay. Now, Jay, I'm going to assume that you did not see this match.
I did not see this match.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure before we continue, and I don't want to feel like we're leaving you out in any sense.
Because I am going to definitely chime in.
Okay. I love you. So, so Don Callis, has he been in AEW in any fashion before that night?
Yes.
In what sense?
Commentary for Omega's tournament victory.
Okay, so he was only commentating pro Omega. Was Don Callis in Impact prior to this?
Yeah.
Well, I want you to break it down here.
Yes,
sir.
he's the executive vice president.
Okay, so he was in Impact every week, but then showed up to commentate Omega's matches.
Correct.
Got it. So
and he used to have he used to do voiceovers with Jim Ross for New Japan on Access TV when they did that.
Yes, I liked that. Yes, I remember watching some. What's their Jesus Christ? What's their December show called?
December show is Power Struggle?
Or January. What's their main show called? What's the fucking main New Japan show? What's their WrestleMania called?
Oh, Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom. Okay, yes.
Why did you just say the Tokyo Dome show? They have a name for every show.
Because I'm fucking drunk, okay?
That's okay.
Stop.
That's fine.
All right.
Nobody's going to see this anyway.
All right. So the reason I set it up that way is because I was watching it after you had watched it on the West Coast, and I was telling you, why is Don Callis, why is he relevant? Why do I care that Don Callis has come out and created a ruckus to give Omega the belt?
Right.
And when they're running out at the end of the show, which I thought took too long, and I also thought it was really weird that a fucking interview dude popped out at the end of their minute fucking run through the back.
Yeah, Marvez is just
right. And so for anybody that didn't watch, he says, "Oh my god, what happened? And he said, "You'll see on Tuesday." And then the interview guy said, "Well, wait a minute. AEW is on Pumps
Wednesday.
It's on Wednesday." And he said, "You can see on Impact
Tuesday on Access TV."
Right. So, which leads us to the fact that TNA and AEW have apparently joined forces
for a crossover event.
Yes. Is it a crossover event or is it a permanent thing, Pumps?
As far as I understand, it is a working relationship. Which, honestly...
Is this like ECW and WWE in 96, 97, 98?
No.
Okay.
I don't think AEW is paying any of their bills. No.
Okay.
As far as talent goes, I'm sure there's people there that AEW would want to snap up. I mean, they have a stacked women's division. TNA does.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, what is that relationship like? Do you think is that a show for show only, or is that a talent? Are we going to see the Good Brothers on AEW but working for TNA?
Well, that's a tricky one because it's the Good Brothers and they have such a history with everybody that matters in AEW.
Right.
You're more likely to see the Good Brothers than you are, say,
Who's the champion in TNA right now?
See, that's what I don't understand. They have 4
Right.
different belts.
Right.
Like you have Moose.
EC3, right? Moose.
No, EC3 is ROH. You have whoever has like Moose has the belt that Tessa never gave up.
Right.
And then what's the guy that was in WWE? The high flyer guy that like busted his leg but came back. He was on crutches. He was on 205. I want to say he had a run with that belt.
I'm gonna say the guy who was the one-legged guy that got thrown around by Brock Lesnar.
Oh God, no! Is he still alive? I think he's dead. I don't know. Zach Gowen might still be alive.
Zach Gowen!
I feel like he's dead. I don't know. Is it Will something? No.
I don't know, but continue. But yes.
Anyway, they have a weird title situation. I don't really understand because I don't follow Impact as much as I probably should. But I think you'll probably get maybe some champion versus champion stuff, like how Kenny still has the AAA belt.
I got you. Right.
But I don't see it being a full-on super team.
It'll probably be on AEW television because TNA really doesn't. So, you know,
when I looked, TNA on Access gets like 110,000 viewers. So I don't see the appeal.
107 less than my Instagram videos.
There you go. There you go.
That was to make Jay laugh.
You get more views on TikTok than TNA gets on Access.
Did you?
I did.
He did. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, what that doesn't account for is Twitch, because like I feel like I have a great cable TV package because for some reason I still have cable TV. I don't have access.
Right.
So
I do.
I mean, I have shitty Comcasts, but yeah, access is not a thing for me. So if I am going to watch TNA, I'm going to watch it on Twitch.
Right.
But they don't. I mean, you can get live numbers, but you like the cumulative. There's no way to break that down by day. You know what I mean? Sure. I'm sure they can on the back end, but like we can't.
So for you know, just to wrap it up because I know we're getting towards the top of the hour. Omega won the AEW belt. It was a really good match. I enjoyed it. Was it a 5 or 6 star Tokyo Dome match? No, absolutely not. But for being on regular television, it was 3.5 or 4 to me.
They'll run it back at Revolution for sure.
Sure, yes, absolutely.
And then Moxley will go away to have his baby, and he'll come back.
He got a long time for that.
See, Pump's nose. You see this? You see this?
Well, no, it just makes too much sense.
Don't get me started again. Do the Power Rangers show know when people are having babies? I don't think so.
They probably do.
They ain't having no babies.
I don't know. I'm trying to get us in trouble.
I don't know. I've seen Jason David Frank at conventions. Let me tell you, that man slays. That boy has some dedicated fans. I've seen him at many a Wizard World, and he does not have any issues chatting up the birds.
That's good.
But anyway, yes. Yeah, it'll be an interesting week just to see, for nothing else, just to see where they go with it.
If it's anything like how, let's say SVU, how they do their crossover things on NBC, it's probably a one-off just to see how it goes.
Yeah, I don't see, if it's not a talent raid, I don't see what AEW gets out of this. I really don't.
Who's the champ in TNA?
I think it's either Moose or that other guy that was in WWE that I can't think of his name, because they had an issue. No, it's not Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal's Ring of Honor.
I love Jay Lethal. Sorry.
You don't know where he wrestles, but you love him?
I do. That guy could stay.
Anyway, it's either Moose or, oh God, what's the other guy's name?
Chris Masters?
No. I think he's all like sober and shit now too. He looks like a totally different. He looks like a skeleton compared to what he used to look like.
I'm just gonna start feeding names.
You want to do a Where Are They Now?
Just make it up.
That's my guy. All right.
Now I want to know if Zach Gowen's still alive.
We're at the top of the hour, Jay.
I want to know if he's still alive too. Zach Allen?
Gowen.
Galvin?
Gowen.
Gowen.
G-O-W. Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there. He's still out there.
I'm sure it'll
Still got the one leg.
I'm sure it'll show you a thing where him getting thrown into a ring post by Brock Lesnar.
Okay, since we are problematic, and this gentleman does have one limb short, I've got one. I have one problematic semi-dad joke for that. What do you call a guy with one arm and one leg?
What?
Eileen. All right, the girl.
If you would have said girl, I would have had you there.
I mean, girl.
And then, see, that's why I shouldn't be telling problematic jokes, because I didn't do the joke right.
Rich Swan.
I'll do one more. What do you call a man in a pool with no arms and no legs? Bob. Thank you. I'm here all week.
All right. Follow us at all the things.
Yes.
Rich Swan. Rich Swan is the TNA champion that was in WWE.
Oh, boy. Really?
Yeah. I remember when he got kicked out, he had a DV issue.
He is not okay. Rich Swan is not on the level of Omega or Moxley.
Not at all. Not at all. I remember him. He was real flip-floppity, but that's about it.
I mean, they gave the World Heavyweight Championship to Tessa Blanchard. Clearly, you know. Yeah. Sami Callihan was their champion for the longest, so.
That's right. Rich Swan. Wow. I remember when he got in trouble. Like, they said he was beating his wife or something like that, and that's why he got kicked out of WWE. But anyway, that is our show. So
he pulled an Adam Rose.
That is our show.
Velveteen Dream.
That's very different.
Man, Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Gary Glitter?
Dream in his pants. And especially not showing it to people under the age of 18.
Much like Austin Theory, you had a big return tonight.
Exactly.
Pump, I swear to God, Pump's keeping this show afloat.
He does. He really does. We gotta get our act together for sure.
I agree. Pumps deserves.
I know. How did you guys do this for like 6 or 8 weeks without me?
Pumps deserves all the Christmas presents.
I know, all the things. You know.
I'm just happy to be here. Is really what it is. I don't have anything else. This is all I have.
No, you've got everything, and that's what we need.
We need a parent to rein us.
Yes. Yeah. It's changed. It's changed. Now Jay and I are the kids, and you're the parent.
Never.
I know. We're gonna grow after the new year. I'm gonna try to grow up again.
Listen. I'm not gonna lie. Joe doesn't give a shit anymore. I haven't seen Joe talk on the thread, on the thing that Josh is laughing. Josh doesn't even Josh doesn't know how to talk about it. Joe doesn't care anymore.
Josh is short. Look, you run the show, Josh. You know,
Joe does not care about wrestling people.
That's right. Josh is our god. Let's do it. Josh, you're our new boss. Josh. Stop showing off that fucking Fred Dukes fucking toy.
Showing off my blob.
All right, let's go. I've got to take a leak.
Okay, so with that, follow Pumps on Instagram. Give
Pump
them your
61.
Instagram, Pumps.
Pump 61.
Yes, Pump 61.
This is Pat Patterson, by the way.
Oh, yeah, Pat Patterson died. That's awful. Follow me at Nathan Has Skill.
On TikTok, at the most viral man ever.
Where he may or may not be doing TikTok dances.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I went viral. I did a dumb weight loss thing, like challenge in terms of like somebody did a post and then I shit on it. And I just hashtag a bunch of weight loss shit. And I got like 57,000 views.
Why don't you hashtag weight loss and do an Illuminerdi video?
I know. I'm telling you, I'm not going to lie. And so I'm looking at it and I'm laughing because all of the people that comment and viewed it were all just like, you could lose 30 pounds in a fucking month. You're wrong, blah, blah. I'm a wrestler, yada, 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 right? And then so I just kept shitting on it. No, you can't. And now we're at 57,000 views.
Now you're the TikTok heel.
Yeah, now I'm the TikTok kill, and I love it because I then posted another video, which I think is funnier than that one. Guess what? 141. So we're back to square one. Here we are. I went viral for one video. It was
back
hilarious.
On the Illuminerdi. TikTok didn't work out. I'm back, bitches.
And here I am.
I just finally added TikTok to my phone, so maybe I'll start doing it.
Well, I know. Here's the thing: is that I'm on TikTok only because they have the cool video editing things, to where I can put like a video behind me, like a green screen. But in order to do that, to post it on Instagram, I have to post it on TikTok, and then it goes to my thing. And I did that, and then 57,000 views later, people were not thrilled with my antics. Guess what? I don't care. What are they gonna do? Throw me off?
They're gonna tune into the Illuminerdi every Sunday night. Illuminerdi. Follow them on Instagram, on social media, on all the things. Visit the Illuminerdi, and where you can get all the latest Power Ranger news, all the Power Ranger things you can sink your teeth into. Follow me, Bad Culture TV, on Instagram, because Instagram never gave me my Instagram back. But everywhere else, Giandra LaBeouf. Look for me. I got a lot of content coming up this week. I'm not going to I just don't think I'm going to make it to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'm trying, but I'm at like 85, 20. I don't know. Still is a great year for me. I remember when I had one. So everybody, thanks for listening in. Have a great week. Billie Jean says, put me down, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.
Billie Jean also says, I'm not your lover.
Never, ever.